Hello everyone. Hello. Hi Quân. Hello Dương. Hello. Evening. Hello Hương Giang. Hello Miss Lan Anh. Nay có quiz gì không ạ? Yeah, maybe. We have a lot of practice and games. If we are hurry enough, quick enough, then we will have quizzy. Hello Zoom. All right, from now I'm gonna be teaching grade 7 instead of Miss Lan Anh. Hello Hoa. Hello Kiệt. Hello Huy. All right. So at school, which unit have you learned? Hello, Dad. Yes, Joe. Right. I'm gonna be teaching instead of Miss Lan Anh, and I'm gonna be teaching grade 7 from now on. Hello, Thơm. Okay, so how is school going? So which unit have you studied at school? All right. So we are going to wait until 35 students, and then we will start the lesson today. Hello Hương. All right. So as everyone here, you can ask your friend, you can text your friend to come in, and we will start the lesson when we have 35 students. Yeah. Oh, you're grade 8. It's okay. English is not specific for any grades. You can be at grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. If you want, you can join in the live stream and study. Hello. Oh, that have learned up to lesson 7. Okay. So we are still on track. We are going to be starting unit 8. Miss Lan Anh is not here today, Giang. Hello, Ian. Oh, so you are in grade 8 and you have to study math class of Mr. Huang. Okay, the other Mr. Huang. Right. All right. So everyone is here, I think. Okay. So I think we are going to start the lesson now. And today we are going to continue the Unit 8. The topic is films. And today we are going to study about pronunciation and a little bit of grammar. Okay? Hello, Ling. All right. So first of all, we are going to study about pronunciation. So, yeah. Okay, hi Duy. Oh, Duy Huấn. Yes, I remember you. Your name is Huy. Continue film. Right, exactly. Horror film. Very good. So you remember the vocabularies I introduced last week. And now today we are going to study about the pronunciation. All right. So we are going to begin. Let's go. All right. So today's lesson, we will studying pronunciation. That is the first part. And the second part, we will be studying grammar. So pronunciation, we are going to distinguish the ed ending sounds. So you are going to study about how to pronounce the ed ending sounds correctly, right? And in terms of grammar, we are going to study about the linking words to express contrast. Basically, those are the words to connect the idea together, but the ideas are contrary. Này học phát âm ed à? Yes, that's right, Bùi Việt. Okay, enjoy your meal. Okay, so let's start with pronunciation. And now, can you guys tell me what is the word that ends with the ed? What kind of word ends with ed? That's right, Huy. Duy Huấn, right? Yeah. Your name is Huy. Played. Easy. Right. So, yes, very good. Look. So, you type the T, the ed, and the D sound. That's what we are going to study today. All right. So anyone can tell me what kind of word ends with ed? For example, adjectives. Adjectives that ends with ed. So that is another that is a type of word that ends with the ed ending sound, right? Good, very good, Vito. T and D. That's right. Look, V passed. So look, said that V passed. That is good. I'm gonna clear a little bit. V passed, that is verb in the past tense. So we have verb ed sound, ed ending sounds, right? So we have verb ed and adjectives. Good. Em chào thầy, em vào muộn. It's okay, Duy Anh. We are going to start in a little bit. Nam Anh cô đâu thầy? Yeah, from now on, I'm gonna be teaching grade 7, unit 8. Haha, right. Okay. So, that is the words that ends with ed ending sounds. So now, hello Chien, I'm going to have some examples for you. The first part, we are going to study the pronunciation with the ed ending sounds. Okay, so let's look at this example here. Last week, I wanted to watch a movie. I booked a seat. When I arrived there, I saw an old lady. She needed my help to cross the street, so I helped her. So this is an example that I give you. You can try to repeat, listen after me, and repeat after me, okay? Yes, so I'm gonna repeat the example here now. Last week, I wanted to watch a movie, so I booked a seat. When I arrived there, I saw an old lady. She needed my help to cross the street, so I helped her. So, that's good. Needed. So can you tell me what are the words that ends with ed? Huy, very good. Needed. Right, exactly. Oh. Vito wanted, booked, arrived, needed, and helped. Very good. So, very good, Huy. So now I'm gonna give you the answers to my question. These are the words that end with the ed. And the question here is, how do we pronounce these words? And how are they different from each other? Yeah? Very good. Needed. T. Wow, very good, look. So you seems to have studied about this pronunciation. So you give us a lot of helpful information. Thank you. Okay, good, Hương Giang. Played, ask. D, the rest. Right, very good, look. Okay. So now we are going to study about the ending sounds. So, as you know, we have 3 types of pronunciation when it comes to ending sounds, ed. We have 3 ways to pronounce ed, and here are the 3 ways. So, the first one will be the sound it. Mai Nguyên có quiz gì không ạ? Yes, if we are fast enough, we will have quiz at the end of the lesson. Okay. Huy Tô, it, T, D, T, S. Very good. So you guys seem to know about these rules, right? So I'm gonna introduce very quickly. The first way to pronounce ed is it, or you can spell it it, right? So the rules here is that every word with the last letter of the word is identified as D or T will be pronounced as it if we add ed. So for example, want. So we see want ends with T. And when we added the ed ending, it will be pronounced as wanted, right? Wanted. All right. So if you guys want to have quizzy, and you should start our lesson quickly, and then by the end of the lesson we will have quizzy. Okay? Good. So now we will have wanted and the word need. The word need ends with the D. So when we add the ed ending sounds, it will be needed. Okay? So do you guys understand? Can you guys give me another example of the word with ends with ed and pronounced at? Yes, very good, Hương Giang. Ed, wanted, invited, very good, and needed, very good, Hương Giang. Yes. All right. Good. So that is about the it end sounds. And now we are going to move to the next way to spell the words ed, to pronounce the word ed. Invited, phải không ạ? That is correct. That is good. Good, Hương Giang. It is invited with ed. Very good. So the next slide. Yeah. The next way we will pronounce the ed ending sounds is t. So the rules of t and d. Laughter. All right, very good. So visited, very good, Đặng Châu. And look, you give us an example of laughed. So laughed is pronounced as T. because the last letter of the word is voiceless. So do you guys understand voiceless? Added, very good. Co-sided. So can you guys give me an idea how you understand voiceless? F, very good, look. So the word laugh ends with F, ends with this F. Can you see that? So every word that the last letter of the word ends with T, P, K, S, or F, or sometime sh, or ch, or th, will be pronounced as t when we add ed. For example, helped, right? So we see that the word help has the last letter is P. So when we add ed, it will be pronounced as helped. Helped. Yeah? Good. So another word that is book. So it ends with K. When we add ed, it will be booked. Co-sided, very good. Cooked. Okay, very good, Bùi Việt. You're correct. Cooked. Right. T, Hương Giang added T. Hoped, catched, watched, stopped, looked, and missed. Very good. Very good job. So all of the words that you type, Hương Giang, is correct. It is pronounced with the ending sound as T. Very good. All right, so we are going to move on to the next rules. The last way to pronounce the word, to pronounce the ed ending sounds. Looked, watch, very good. Hóa ra trước giờ mình đọc sai. Okay, so how is teach? Okay, Nguyễn Hoa, teach. Actually, teach in past tense will be turned into taught rather than teach with ed. So the word teach will be turned into taught. It is called irregular verb. Yeah. Co-sided. Taked. We don't have the word taked ed. Actually, take, when we turn into past tense, the word take turns into took. Taught, very good. Right, exactly. Visited, very good. So that is about the T ending sound, and now we turn into the D ending sound. All right, so the last letter of the word is voiced. So basically, all of the letters, the remaining letters, will be pronounced as D when we add ed at the end. So as you can see, we already have the last letter of the word with the D, T, P, K, S, F, sh, and th, right? So those are the words that will be pronounced as T or it. The remaining, the rest of the word will be pronounced as D when we added ed. So basically, we are going to have the words like played, closed, carried, right? D, very good. Filled, shared, changed, breathed, opened, described, Very good, Hương Giang. So you give us a lot of examples, a lot of words. Very good. So just one word. The word loved, when we added the ed sound, it will be turned into love it. Or sometimes we can pronounce it as loved. It's okay either way. Trần Thế Lực, good job. Yes, good job to all of you. Lighted. Yeah, it could be lighted. If you are referring to the word light, if you liked something, it will be turned into the verb will be lit. Trần Phương, đối với cái từ light, nếu mà con đang nói đến một cái động từ thì cái động từ thì quá khứ của từ light nó là lit. Yeah. Nó được đánh vần là L-I-T. So nó là một động từ bất quy tắc, a irregular verb. Okay? Right, band. Good. Okay. So Trần Phương, ed, lighted, fell, laughed, considered. So, okay. Lighted will be turned to lit. Fell will be turned, fell is already a past tense. So, we don't have to add ed. Laughed doesn't need another T, Phương. And consider is, you need to add another R. So considered. Considered. Very good, Huy. That is correct. Returned. Returned is ends with a D sound. So, and lit is irregular verb. Yeah. So I'm gonna repeat these words, and you guys can repeat after me. Helped, booked, kissed. Right? And the word that ends with the D sound is played, closed, carried. Yeah? Again, walk. Yeah, the word walk, Nam Anh, it ends with the T. Walked. Yeah? Learned. All right, very good. All right, so now we are going to move to the next part. That will be a small practice for you guys. All right, so we are going to practice. Yes. Okay guys, you can visit the website học-bài-ở-nhà.com, and then we will go to unit 8 films. Yeah, and then we are going to move to lesson 3, pronunciation, and we are going to select the first one, practice task 1. Yeah, all right, so let's start. Okay, so here is the practice I want to give you. Sorry, we are going to this practice task. Okay, this one, the second one. Yeah, all right. So now your task is to okay, so now your task is to give me the correct word for each way to pronounce the ed sounds. So we have a lot of words here. Yeah. Yes, đúng rồi Trần Phương. Lighted nó có bất quy tắc và nó có quy tắc ở mỗi thì khác nhau. Yeah, so đó là lý do mà lúc nãy thầy có nói là con có thể dùng từ này hoặc là dùng từ lit. Either way, both way is fine. Từ lit viết rất nhanh. L-I-T. That is the irregular verbs. Yeah? Okay. So now your job is to First of all, the word stopped and enjoyed, expect. Your job is to give me the all right, so your job is to give me the right word into the right column, the right box. Which word is pronounced as T? Which word is pronounced as D? And which one is pronounced as it? Right? All right, see you later, look. Stop. T. Okay, good, Bùi Việt. I'm gonna add stop to the T. How about this one? All of these words. You can start with the first column. Stop T. Very good, Hương Giang. Stopped. So stop T is correct. All right, very good, Nguyễn An. You're very quick. T is stopped, watched. So watched. Here. Looked. Very good. Confused. You might want to check that. Surprised. Embarrassed. Very good. Confused. Embarrassed. Embarrassed. Surprised. Okay. Enjoyed. ED. Enjoyed. D. Right. Very good. Laughter. All right, Nguyễn An. So I believe that your answer is laughed into T. Very good. D. Enjoy. Very good. All right. So decided. Hated. Waited. Hate. Expected. Waited. Disappointed. Okay, ham vui. You might want to check your answers again because all of the words decided, hated, expected, waited, and disappointed is not pronounced as T. No. Yeah? Expected, waited, stared. Enjoyed, received, stares. Good. So we are at the D now. Enjoyed, stared, received. Very good. Enjoyed, showed, ed. Very good. Enjoyed, right. Enjoyable, unenjoyables. Hated. Hated. Okay, so you guys think that the word hated is pronounced as D, right? So you can see the way I pronounce it. Tại sao expected không phải phát âm là th hả thầy? Ok, đơn giản thôi. Bởi vì cái luật của mình khi mà mình đọc đến cái đuôi phát âm là I và D như thế này thì nó là it, đúng không? Những cái từ nào có phát âm cuối là th và d thì sẽ được phát âm là it. Okay? So expect has a T at the end. So when we add ed in, it will be expected. Easy as that. Decided, very good. Decided and expected is the same. So all of these are pronounced as it. Right. So waited, decided. Oh, no. Expected là của ed. Expected, waited, decided. Very good. Excited tận cùng là phụ âm ed. Very good, Hương Giang. You're correct. Expected it. Right. So we have disappointed, hated, and happened. So what about the 4 words here? Where should I put it? Which box? How about disappointed? T, hate. All right, so hello Bảo Nam. Yeah, so many of you chose that hated here should be in T, right? Okay, we will check the answers later. And now we're just gonna finish the whole exercise first. Hated D. So someone asked hated it D. Right, so what about confused? What about confused or disappointed? Disappointed is similar to expected. So I'm gonna add disappointed into ed box, right? So disappointed, yeah. And now confused. Very good, Viet. You're correct. Disappointed. That is pronounced with the E and D, with the I and D. Confused, ed. So I think that happened is D. Yeah, because the last letter of the word happen is N, right? And so it is the voiced. According to the rules, happened will be in the D. Yes. Okay. So what happened to confused now? Yes. My eyes is like hated ed. All right. Hương Giang. So I saw your answer, hated with the ed. I think it might be the correct one. And now we should gonna put the hated here. Yeah. And then we are going to check to see if you are right or not. Okay. We thought confused D. Very good. Okay. So now we have finished the whole exercise. Now I'm going to check. Chắc E là âm câm nên tính là âm T. Chắc E là âm câm. Which one? Which one are you talking about? Surprise. Embarrassed. Okay. So, now I'm going to check. Yeah? D. All right, I'm going to check right now. So we have seen which one is correct. Surprised. Surprise is not T. And confused is not D. Right? And now I'm gonna... The correct one is confused T. And surprised will be turned into ending with a D sound. So you're gonna switch confused here and surprise here. All right. Okay. So cái đáp án đúng nó sẽ là từ confused nó sẽ được phát âm là t, và từ surprised nó sẽ là d. Right? Hai cái từ này nếu các con đổi chỗ cho nhau thì chúng ta sẽ có một bản đúng hoàn toàn. Okay? Alright. So that is the end of the first practice. And now we are going to return to our lesson. Okay. It's okay. Hai lỗi là rất tốt. Two is not bad. It's fine. All right. Let's do this. So the next part we are going to study is about grammar. Yeah. So I've introduced to you guys grammar. That is, we are going to study about linking words to express contrast. So if you guys see the word conjunctions here, linking words is can also be understand as conjunctions. Oh, thank you, Nguyễn Hoa. Thank you. Happy Tate holiday to you too. All right. So we are going to start now. First of all, we are going to look at a few examples. All right. So, despite John's illness, he finishes the homework before class. So, have you seen this word despite? Yes. Liên từ nối. Very good, Hương Giang. Yes, right. So, the word despite here is gonna be a linking word to express contrast. Yeah, okay, so we will study more about that later. The next example will be John finishes the homework before class in spite of his illness. All right. Teacher, do you teach us in Tate holiday? I'm not sure about that. So we are going to answer that question if you want on the Facebook group later. Yeah, and now we are going to continue with our lesson. Right, so the word despite and in spite of are the linking words to express contrast. All right, so I have another examples for you here. I thought the documentary was boring. However, my students liked it very much. And the other examples is, I thought the documentary was boring. Nevertheless, my students liked it very much. Okay. Thì ở đây các con có thể thấy là có hai người đang nói chuyện với nhau. Và hai người này thì nói cùng một cái nội dung. Đó là họ thấy những cái bộ phim tài liệu thì hơi chán. Nhưng mà học sinh của họ lại rất thích. Thì chúng ta có hai từ là however and nevertheless. Yeah, two boys talk about documentary. Very good, Nam Anh. Exactly, two boys talking about documentary. And what do you think? Are these sentences similar or not? Are they the same or different from each other? Because we have one sentence with the word however and the other sentence with the word nevertheless. All right. So what do you guys think? Are these two sentences the same or different? Do you teach us in Tate? All right. Everyone, are these two sentences the same or different? My answer is they are the same. Yep. Because the word however and the word nevertheless has the same meaning. Okay? So they are the same in terms of meaning. All right, everyone, focus on the lesson. Việt and Kiệt. All right, everyone, focus on the lesson. Two paragraphs is the same. Very good, Huy. Two paragraphs are the same. Exactly, because we see however and nevertheless here. All right, everyone, focus on the lesson. So, today, I'm gonna repeat what I've just told you guys. We are going to study about grammar, and we are going to study about the linking words to express contrast. But the thing here is, if you can see the difference between the two these linking words. So, the first one. Nếu mà các con có thể thấy sự khác biệt giữa những cái ví dụ mà thầy vừa đưa ra. Ok, very good Hương Giang. Chúng ta sẽ học về những từ như là despite, in spite of, however, nevertheless, and although, right? Nhưng cái sự khác biệt ở đây đó là những cái từ the linking words như là although, despite and in spite of thì được dùng để express, để thể hiện cái sự tương phản giữa hai cái mảnh thông tin ở trong một câu duy nhất nhé. Và ngược lại với nó thì những cái từ như however and nevertheless là được dùng để thể hiện cái sự tương phản trong hai câu. So, they are different. Chúng nó rất là khác nhau. Bình thường mỗi although với however. Okay, good, very good. Very good, Việt. Now I'm going to introduce to you guys the new words. That is the despite and in spite of and nevertheless. Okay. So, look at these examples. Yep. Các con có thể thấy là từ despite và từ in spite of được dùng duy nhất trong một câu. Nhưng nó dùng để thể hiện cái sự tương phản của hai cái mảnh thông tin khác nhau. Yeah. And the word however and nevertheless is used in two sentences to connect them instead of one sentences. Tuy nhiên thì cái từ however and nevertheless được dùng để kết nối hai câu và thể hiện sự tương phản của hai câu thay vì là một câu như cái từ despite hay là in spite of hay là although, right? Okay. So now we are going to have to look closer into two parts. The first one, the linking words to express contrast between two pieces of information in one sentence. Đầu tiên thì chúng ta sẽ học về những cái từ mà để dùng để kết nối hai cái vế tương phản trong một câu duy nhất. Yeah. Alright, so we have an example here. Despite John's illness, he goes to watch Titanic with friends. Okay. So, alright, everyone focus. Trần Phương and Hương Giang, Trần Lâm. Yeah. Focus on the lesson, guys. Focus on the lesson. Okay. So, the word despite. Yeah. We have an example. Despite John's illness, he goes to watch Titanic with his friends. Okay. So, the example here is that John's illness is a noun or a phrase. It's a noun phrase, right? And the next will be a clause. He goes to watch Titanic with friends is a clause. Trần Phương, SVO là gì thế thầy? Good, very good question. So SVO, I'm gonna explain to you. SVO is the combination. SVO is a clause. And S here is subject. V is verb. And O is object. So when we have SVO, we have subject, verb, and object, right? We have an example here. He goes to watch Titanic with friends. So S means subject. That means he. He is S. He is subject, right? The verb is goes. Okay? So V is verb and here it is goes. And O is that watch Titanic with friends. So yes, very good Hương Giang. Subject, verb, and object. Right. So in this example, we have subject, verb, and object. That create a clause. Okay. So from now on, I'm gonna call clause as SVO. Okay. Từ bây giờ thì thầy sẽ gọi một cái vế là tức là một cái clause thì chúng ta sẽ gọi tắt nó là SVO cho nó nhanh, vì nó là subject, verb và object, right? Okay, so SVO here, and next to it we have noun phrase. Noun phrase is a noun, or if it's longer than a noun, we have a noun phrase. John's illness is a noun phrase. Okay, so in conclusion, we have the word despite with noun phrase and then clause, SVO, and then that is the end of the sentence, right? Make the SVO. Yes, very good, Giang. You can just call it SVO. All right, so the next example here I will give you is SVO in spite of a noun phrase. Yeah, so the word in spite of is also followed by a noun phrase. Okay. John goes to watch Titanic with friends in spite of his illness. So John goes to watch Titanic with friends is SVO, and in spite of noun phrase. Okay. So cái ví dụ này con có thể thấy nó giống, nó tương tự như với cái ví dụ trước, nhưng thầy đã đổi SVO lên đằng trước và in spite of cộng với noun phrase thì thầy rút nó về đằng sau. So the meaning is the same. Cái ý nghĩa thì nó vẫn tương tự như thế. Alright. Now we are going to have the first formula, right? So the first form is clause, that is SVO, with despite, in spite of, and plus a noun phrase. Yeah. Cái công thức đầu tiên chúng ta sẽ có là SVO cộng với despite hoặc in spite of cộng với noun phrase. Các con để ý nhé. In spite of và despite chúng ta có thể dùng giống hệt nhau. Yeah. And với cái ví dụ này, John goes to watch Titanic with friends in spite of his illness. Thì in spite of here, we can replace it with despite. Thì cái từ in spite of ở đây hoàn toàn chúng ta có thay nó bằng một cái từ despite được. Cái câu mà John goes to watch Titanic with friends in spite of his illness, hay là câu John goes to watch Titanic with friends despite his illness is the same. Hai câu đấy giống nhau. Okay, we can replace them. Alright, tương tự như vậy, nếu mà hai cái từ despite và in spite of này giống nhau rồi, chúng ta có thể dùng nó thay thế khi mà dùng ở giữa câu. That is SVO cộng với despite, in spite of cộng với noun phrase. Thì hoàn toàn chúng ta có thể đổi nó lên đầu và cộng với một noun phrase. Sau đấy thì chúng ta sẽ sử dụng clause. Nhưng lưu ý phải có dấu phẩy ở đây. Yeah. So, despite and in spite of are always go with noun phrase and then with a clause. Sometimes we have the clause and despite of, in spite of with the noun phrase. Yeah. Nhìn chung cái cụm despite và in spite of này nó luôn luôn phải đi với một cái cụm danh từ hoặc một cái danh từ. Sau đấy thì mình sẽ thêm SVO, right? Cái mệnh đề này thì nó có thể nằm ở trước hoặc nằm ở sau. Yeah. Nhưng nếu các con cho nó nằm ở sau thì phải có dấu phẩy. That means despite noun phẩy một cái. Yeah. And then SVO. So that is the first form. Now we're going to have a small practice. That is a mini practice. We are going to write an example using the first form. Nguyễn Hoa vậy có thể đổi chỗ được ạ? Exactly. You can switch the place. As long as despite and in spite of goes with a noun phrase. Right? Các con có thể đổi chỗ miễn là despite, in spite of nó phải đi với một cái cụm danh từ hoặc một cái danh từ, right? Very good. Alright, so now we are going to have the mini practice. Your task is to write an example using this form. You can write whatever example you want. Just type in the form. Yeah. Nguyễn Kiệt đằng trước không có phẩy, đằng sau thì có phẩy. Exactly. So, if SVO is in front and then we have despite, we don't need comma. But if SVO is after after we use despite and in spite of, we need a comma and then we can use SVO. All right. So that is how we use the first form. Yeah. So now we are going to have the example. So anyone can give me an example of despite and in spite of using this form. Tại sao phải ngăn cách noun và SVO hả thầy? Alright, Trần Phương. The reason is that despite and in spite of here is nó là một hai cái mảnh thông tin. Nó là two pieces of information. Và giữa hai cái mảnh thông tin đấy thì con cần phải có một cái dấu phẩy. Yeah. In spite và despite of nếu nó đứng ở đầu câu thì con cần phải có một dấu phẩy, sau đấy thì mới là có clause. Nhưng nếu mà clause ở đầu câu, sau đấy thì despite, in spite of thì nó gần như là cái từ mặc dù á, thì con sẽ không cần phải có dấu phẩy nữa. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, an example would be John goes to watch the Titanic with friends in spite of his illness. Okay? So, can you guys write the same sentence using the form that I give you here? Any sentence would be okay. Right. Now we are going to move to the next word. The next word, yeah? And we can wait for the examples later. Right. So the next word will be although. Yeah? Although. So the linking words although is the same with despite and in spite of. The use is the same, but we have another one difference here. So if you can see, John goes to watch Titanic with his friends, although he is ill. John goes to watch Titanic with friends is SVO. That is okay. That is the same. But after although, we have another SVO instead of a noun phrase like despite or in spite of. So although must go with SVO. Although cannot go with noun phrase or noun like despite of and in spite of. Cái từ although thì bắt buộc đằng sau từ although này phải là một cái SVO. Yeah? Phải là một cái SVO và một cái vế, một cái mệnh đề with S, with V and with O. Yeah? Phải có một cái mệnh đề với chủ ngữ, động từ và tân ngữ. So that is the difference between although and despite and in spite of. Right? Yes, that is right, Đoàn Thơm. So, about the word although, you can use it between SVOs. You see, SVO1, although SVO2. Another way to use the word although is although SVO1, comma, SVO2. Một cách nữa cũng tương tự như dùng ở cuối despite và in spite of, đó là cách dùng của từ although. Thì although có thể đứng ở giữa hai mệnh đề hoặc ở đầu câu. Nhưng khi mà con cho từ although ở đầu câu thì sau từ although phải có SVO và quan trọng nhất là một dấu phẩy để ngăn cách hai cái vế, hai cái SVO với nhau. Yeah. So that is simply that for grammar. Tùy vào từ giữa noun và SVO mà đặt cho thích hợp. Right. So cái cách để con đặt từ dấu phẩy thì nó cũng đơn giản thôi, tức là con thấy S của cái vế đằng sau SVO mà thì con đặt dấu phẩy vào trước cái chủ ngữ là được, thì nó sẽ ngăn cách hai vế. Yeah. That's good. Okay. So we are going to move to a second form, that is clause 1, although and clause 2. Yeah. Có thể đổi hướng hai chiều với từ although à. Đoàn thơm. Yes, you can change the word although just like despite or in spite of. Cái từ although và từ despite và in spite of đều có thể đổi đứng đầu câu hoặc đứng giữa câu được. As long as you have the comma, dấu phẩy á, miễn là có dấu phẩy đặt đúng chỗ thì hoàn toàn có thể đổi lên đầu câu được, không vấn đề gì cả nhé. Alright, so the second form will be clause 1, although, and clause 2. I'm gonna call it SVO1 and SVO2, right? SVO1, although SVO2, or although SVO1, comma, SVO2. Yep. All right, we don't comment song lyrics here. No. You can comment the sentence that is example of this one. Mình giúp Đặng Châu. It's not good. All right, so we move to the next extra slide, that is the mini practice. So the same as the first one, write an example using form 2. Okay, so write an example using form 2. Một cái ví dụ con có thể xem ở đây, đó là although John is ill, he goes to watch Titanic with friends. You need to write the same example as this one. Yeah, using although, and you can see the form number 2 here. All right, so anyone can give me the examples here. Okay, I'm gonna give you my examples. Although we are studying English, some students commented song lyrics. Okay, so ví dụ của thầy là mặc dù chúng ta đang dùng từ although nhá, mặc dù chúng ta đang học tiếng Anh nhưng một số người thì lại comment tên lời bài hát. Yeah, so we use although here. So although we are studying English, comma, some people commented song lyrics, and it's not good. Also, Đoàn Thơm, although Sam is busy, he have lunch at the canteen. Good. So this is a good example. This is a good example of term. Yeah. Just a small correction. So Sam is busy. He has lunch. He has lunch at the canteen. Thầy có thể hiểu được cái ý nghĩa của cái câu này, nó đang là mặc dù anh Sam này rất là bận nhưng anh ấy vẫn ăn trưa ở canteen. Còn nếu mà ý của con là Sam bận nên anh ấy phải ăn trưa ở canteen thì nó sẽ không thể là dùng từ although được nhé, mà nó phải dùng từ so. He have lunch at the canteen. nhưng mà chúng ta đang không học từ so hôm nay. Về cấu trúc câu thì con làm câu này đúng rồi. He has lunch là được. He has. Okay. Good term. Very good. Thank you. Đặng Châu, although he lowered the price for me, I still haven't lowered the price for him. Okay, very good. Okay. So this is a good example. Mặc dù mà anh kia anh ấy hạ giá cho mình nhưng mà mình vẫn chưa hạ giá cho anh ấy, đúng không? Okay. So that is a good example. Right. Thank you, Châu. All right. So that is good. Good job, everyone. And now we are going to move to the next one. Okay. So now we are going to review a little bit. Between two pieces of information in one sentence, yeah, we have form number 1 and form number 2. Yes, giữa hai cái mảnh thông tin trong một câu thôi nhá, thì chúng ta sẽ có thể dùng despite, in spite of hoặc là although. Alright, so we have two forms. Although he is in the swimming pool, he doesn't get wet. Oh wow, how? Okay. Anyway, although he is in the swimming pool, comma, very good, he doesn't get wet. Good. SVO, good use of the word although. So Phạm Hoàng Sơn, you follow the structure that is although, SVO, comma, and SVO. That's very good. All right. So now we are going to look at the two forms. I'm gonna repeat that. Although he is a soldier, Huy Tô, he doesn't know how to use gun. Very good. So although he is a soldier, comma, he doesn't know how to use gun. Good. The word although here, the first letter A should be in capital because it is the first letter of a sentence, right? Cái từ although thì con nên thêm từ chữ A và viết hoa ấy, bởi vì nó là đầu câu mà, đúng không? Mặc dù anh ấy không dùng súng, anh ấy là một người lính nhưng anh ấy không biết dùng súng. Very good. I watched a movie about this. Thầy đã xem một cái bộ phim về một cái anh ấy là lính cứu thương á, mà anh ấy không dùng súng, anh không hề dùng súng, anh thề là anh không dùng súng, và trận đấu sau đấy thì anh ấy đã đi chiến đấu, xong rồi anh trở thành một anh hùng. So he's still a soldier, right? I have a lot of free time, although I am not do house because I am lazy. Okay, so Trần Phương, I think that it should be I have a lot of free time, not I am. Although I do not do housework because I am lazy. Yeah. So a few things about how to use to be and verb. Okay. So now we are going to have the practice number 2. Yeah. So practice number 2, again, you're gonna visit the website học bài ở nhà, right? And then we are going to go to unit 8. And in the unit 8, we look for films, unit 8 films, right? And this one, cần thiếu từ word. It's okay. It's fine. Under lesson 1 vocabulary, we have this one, the blank. Chúng ta có cái mục hơi trống như thế này, nó là grammar, yeah, và nó ở giữa lesson 1 và lesson 3. Okay, so you guys are going to go into practice task 1, practicing the use of although, despite, and in spite of. Okay, although today he go to beach, but tomorrow he won't go to beach. Although today he goes to the beach, but tomorrow he doesn't want to go to the beach. Okay, very good, Hoa. Quiz it. We will have quiz it after we finish this one. Okay, so Practicing although, despite, and in spite of. Now, the first sentence, a lot of people love the movie. Which word should I write down in these sentences? Can you guys complete these sentences for me? Although I am a doctor, I don't know how to save people. Yes, very good. Although I am a doctor, I don't know how to save people. Wow, good example, Hoàng Sơn. Although he's a doctor, he is still sick. Okay, good example. Good example. Ham vui. Right. So where is the... Okay. Can you guys give me the answers to the 5 sentences? A lot of people loved the movie something something. It received bad reviews. So can you guys give me the answer to the first one? The first sentence. Okay, so the first sentence, we can see that a lot of people love the movie. Although, Đoàn Thơm, although, very good, excellent. Number 1, Việt Cường, right, although, it is correct. First one is although. Yep. We can see that S, V, and O here, and although, S, V, and O. Okay, so second one. Second one, watching the film twice, I didn't understand it. So, what should I write in sentence number 2? Right. Okay, so you can see that I didn't understand it. That is SVO. Watching the film twice. Huy Tô, exactly, despite. Despite watching the film twice. We don't see any S here, but we see V and O. So this is a noun phrase. Đây là một cụm danh từ, right? Despite, cụm danh từ, and SVO. Good. So number 3, the plot was really good and the sound effect was terrible. So what should I write here? What should I write in sentence number 3? You can see that the plot is S, V is was, and O is really good. So S, V, O, comma. So 5. And another S, V, O. The sound effect S, was, V, and terrible, O. Number 3, although. Very good. Very good. Very good girl. Although the plot was really good, the sound effect was terrible. Trần Phương thầy dịch nghĩa hết cho con được không? Which one? Which one is a new word to you? Number 3, despite. So actually, number 3 is although, because we can see although S, V, O, comma, S, V, O. Although này, chủ ngữ là the plot này, V là was, and O là really good. Phẩy một cái xong lại một SVO nữa. Yeah, so SVO. So number 4, you guys are very quick. In spite of, very good. So in spite of the heavy rain, we all went to the cinema. Good. In spite of. Number 5, we have the word despite being a comedy. Right. So a film. You guys want to check right now? Check. Always. That's good. So we have 5 correct words here. Very good. Excellent, guys. So do you guys want to finish this one? So despite careful preparation, comma, what should I fill in these sentences? Good. Despite, you guys have all the correct answers here. So now we are going to move to the next one. Despite careful preparation, despite noun phrase. So we need another SVO here, right? So careful preparation and SVO. Con đúng hết Việt Cường. Very good. Right. So careful preparation. The next sentence is that something, 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 despite having to work the next day. So despite và noun phrase là having to work the next day. Yeah. Thì before the word despite, we also need SVO. All right. Sentence number 3. Although many people said the movie was moving. Okay. Mặc dù có nhiều người nói là bộ phim thì hơi buồn, thì sau đó although, đúng không? We already have although and SVO here, so we need another SVO, right? The actors in the film, David Gong, very good. So we have first one, despite careful preparation, the actors and actress still make a lot of mistakes in the film. Very good. Very good, Viet. The actors, very good. So we move to the next sentence, please. Despite having to work the next day. So what should we write down here? They watched all night. Very good. They watched films on DVDs all night. Very good, girl. So, Bùi Việt, despite the silly story. So, in sentence number 2, we already have despite the silly story, and we already have despite having to work the next day here. So we don't need another despite. So that is not the right answer. But the right answer should be they watched the film all night despite having to work the next day. Họ xem phim cả buổi tối mặc dù là hôm sau thì họ phải đi làm, đúng không? Đó. Number 3, I didn't cry at all. Very good, everyone. I didn't cry at all. Very good, Cường. Very good, Việt. Okay. Very good. Although many people said the movie was moving, I didn't cry at all. So although, SVO, and SVO. Number 4, although Tim was nervous, he did well in the movie casting. Very good. Okay. Very good, Ngọc Minh. Very good, Cường. Okay. Hoàng Sơn, you should say something related to the lesson. Alright, so we left with despite the silly story, many people enjoyed the film. Alright, very good. So we are going to check. Exactly. So very good, guys. Very good job. We have finished all the sentence correctly. 10 out of 10. So now we are going to return to our lesson. Very good. Despite the silly story. Exactly, good. Very good. Alright, despite. Good. Alright. So, now we are going to study about the next part, that is grammar. Alright. So, grammar. After that, after finishing, amazing, good job, guys. Okay, good job, guys. After that, although, despite, and in spite of, we move to the next part of linking words. Yeah? Linking words to express contrast between two sentences. Nguyễn Kiệt, do we have quizzes? After this slide, after we finish the grammar, if we have time, I will let you guys do the quizzy. All right. So the examples, although the documentary was boring, I thought the documentary was boring. However, my students liked it very much. Yeah, có lại đúng hết. Very good, Cường. Okay, so in this examples, we see I thought the documentary was boring. SVO. Okay? SVO and however, and then SVO2. So it is the same, it's kind of the same with although. But SVO here is a sentence. And however, however, comma, SVO2 is another sentence. So although, the word although is used in one sentence only, but the word however is used to connect two sentences. Cái từ although thì mình dùng trong một câu thôi, và mình dùng để kết nối hai cái mảnh thông tin trong một câu. But however thì mình phải dùng để nối hai câu. Tức là câu đầu tiên SVO chấm hết, however phẩy SVO number 2 chấm. Okay, so that is the word however. We use the word however to connect two sentences. However đứng sau dấu phẩy hoặc chấm. Well, in grammar, we use however after the dot. So that is the ending mark, right? Thế từ however dùng sau dấu chấm, và sau từ however chúng ta cần phải có dấu phẩy. Yeah, to connect two sentences. All right. So the next word is nevertheless. Nevertheless. Yep. Nevertheless. So we are going to see the two words that is however and nevertheless. SVO1, nevertheless, and SVO2, right? So we see that however and nevertheless are the same. They are the same in meaning, they are the same in how to use them. So hai cái từ however and nevertheless có cách dùng và ý nghĩa giống nhau, đều dùng để tả cái sự tương phản giữa hai câu và dùng để nối hai câu đó. Okay? So now we are going to have the final form, that is the form number 3. Clause 1, however or nevertheless, comma, clause 2. So the first sentence, and then the however, nevertheless, comma, second sentence. Easy, simple as that. So can you guys catch up? And now I will give you the final form of today's lessons. So the first one, the second one, and the third one. The form number 1 and number 2 is used between two pieces of information, and it is used in one sentence only. Form number 1 and number 2, we use the word despite, in spite of, and although. Form number 3, we use between two sentences. Okay? Two sentences. Form number 3. SVO and however or nevertheless, comma, SVO. Okay? So that is all of the grammar that we are going to have today. Đây là ba loại form, đúng không? Từ despite, to in spite of, hoặc là từ although thì dùng để kết nối hai mảnh thông tin trong một câu thôi. Từ however hoặc là từ nevertheless thì dùng để kết nối hai câu. Và nhớ phải có dấu phẩy sử dụng cho đúng nha. However là nevertheless có nghĩa và cách dùng giống nhau. Okay? Good, thank you. So now we are going to have a mini practice. So describe a movie that you have watched recently. I let the kids read books often. However, kids love to watch movies. Very good, Hoàng Sơn. Exactly, this is a good example. I let the kids read books often. However, kids Kids love to watch movies. Very good. This is correct use. Câu này hoàn toàn đúng và thầy có thể viết lại câu này là I let the kids read books often. Nevertheless, kids love to watch movies. So all correct. Okay, very good. All right. So now we can have a small practice. After this practice, if you finish it early, I can let you play some quizzy. Okay. Học đi, đừng nhắn linh tinh nữa. Exactly, Việt Cường. Yeah, thank you. All right. So we should finish this mini practice soon, and then I will have you guys play quizzy. Okay. Now, the task is describe a movie you have watched recently. Use the word despite, in spite of, although, nevertheless, or however. Okay, so now it's your turn to write down a movie, a small writing to describe a movie. Yeah. All right, it's okay, Tom. You guys can start writing down the small movie that you watched recently. Remember to use these words. You can write the examples about that movie with the soldier not using gun. So I watched that movie like 4 or 5 times. I love that movie. So yeah, wow. Okay, so you guys should be typing down a movie that you have watched recently. Like, I've recently watched this, watched that, however, although, yeah. So that is how you should write it down. The movie with the guy using not using a gun, but he's a soldier. I cannot remember the name, but I like that film a lot. The main character, the male character, is the same guy who played Spider-Man in the American version. Right. So you guys can describe a movie that you have watched recently, and you should be using despite or in spite of or although or nevertheless or however. You don't have to use all 5 words, but you should use at least 2. 3 words is good. 2 is at least is 2. It will be better. All right. So I've already write down my description, and I will show it in a minute. So you guys should finish yours. I've finished mine already. Remember to use the first form, that is SVO, despite, in spite of, with noun. So despite, in spite of, noun, SVO. Form number 2, SVO, although, SVO. Form number 3 in 2 sentences, that is SVO, however or nevertheless, comma, SVO. So that is a very basic form for you guys to use. All right, so now I'm gonna show you my examples. Yesterday, I went to watch Lão Hạc at the cinema, although I had a lot of homework. Despite a good trailer, I did not like the movie very much. However, the dog was cute and it was entertaining. Nevertheless, I found the plot a bit disappointing. So that is my example. Teacher speaks English not as well as Miss Lana. It's fine. All right, so Yesterday, I went to watch Lão Hạc at the cinema, although I had a lot of homework. So the first one, yesterday I went to watch Lão Hạc at the cinema. That is SVO1. Although I had a lot of homework, that is although SVO2. Okay? The next sentence, despite a good trailer, I did not like the movie very much. Despite a good trailer, despite noun phrase, I did not like the movie very much. That is SVO, right? All right. So, however, the dog was cute and it was entertaining. However, SVO, thầy có thể sử dụng thêm một cái vế nữa là it was entertaining, là and it was entertaining. It's fine. So, nevertheless, I found the plot a bit disappointing. So remember, use the comma after however, nevertheless, and after the despite noun phrase or although noun phrase. Nhớ là phải dùng cái dấu phẩy chuẩn nhá. Alright, so now we have come to the second practice. I believe if we finish this practice soon, I promise you will have the quiz. Today's quiz is gonna be 8 questions, so you guys can finish it quickly. Alright, so now we come to the practice number 2. Still, go to Học Bài Nhà website, and then we're going to have the unit number 8. Unit number 8. Here, unit number 8. And then we are going to have practice task 2, practicing the use of some linking words. Okay. All right. So, let's finish this quickly. Remember, you need to write down both, however, you need to write down all, however, although, despite, in spite of, and nevertheless. You need to choose between 5 words to finish the sentences here, okay? So the first one will be the storyline of the film is really good. So we already have SVO here. So SVO, the most important thing is that SVO, and that is a sentence. So good, we thought very good. We have however. So after one sentences, we need however with a comma to move to the next sentence. Or we can use nevertheless here. Very good, thank you. And now we come to the second sentence. This is one sentence only. Yeah, one sentence only. And the being in love with being in love. All right, so being in love, that is a noun phrase. And what do you guys think? What should I write it here? Number 2. We thought although that could be right. The answer here, I think, is despite. Yeah, because although is gonna be okay. Although it's gonna be SVO, and then we have SVO. But despite, being in love here is a noun phrase, so it should be with despite, right? Or despite. Good, Rito. Right. So despite. Next one, number 3. Some scenes in the movie were terrifying. I enjoyed it. Some scenes in the movie were terrifying, comma, I enjoyed it. So we have SVO here. So maybe it's gonna be... Alright, you're gonna have quizzy after you finish this game. Okay? Alright. So SVO, It's gonna be although. Right. I still finished. Very good, I still finished watching the film of feeling tired. So remember, we only have one word with of. In spite. Very good, Ham Vui. In spite of. Very good, Duy. Duy Huấn. So your name is Huy, right? In spite. Good. So his age, that is a noun phrase. Jackie Chan performs action scenes excellently. So this one should be his age, that is a noun phrase. In spite, I don't think it's in spite here. It's gonna be despite. If we want to add in spite, it's gonna be in spite of. Yeah. Or you can write it despite here. Number 5, despite or in spite is good. Both of them is correct. Right. So Frozen receives a lot of love from adults. That is an SVO. Frozen, S, receives, V, and O, a lot of love from adults. Being an animation, that is a noun phrase. So when we use noun phrase, we should be typing down the, what is it? Although? No, Trần Phương, it's not although. Although should followed by an SVO. In spite of, very good. It should be in spite of, Ngọc Minh, very good. In spite of or despite, right. So it's the same, you can use both of them again, right. Despite, also good. Very good, Phương. So gonna check. Yeah, we have all 6 correct one. All right, so now we are going to the part that you were expecting for the whole night. All right, so quizzy. Yep, quizzy. Let's go. So all right, so quickly join with this code and I will start now. Okay, so today's game will be having 8 questions, and I'm gonna give you guys 4 minutes. 4 minutes to finish this game. 4 minutes to play this game, and then I will end this game to see who is the winner. Yeah, so we don't want to wait for too long, and you know, some of you guys can redo the wrong sentences and the results will not be correct. It's not gonna be good, right? So I'm gonna end the game in 4 minutes. Oh, you guys want the link? Okay, so I've give you guys the link. Sorry for that. Just join. I haven't started the game yet, so you guys can take it easy. So we have 11 students. Remember, the time today is only 4 minutes. You have 4 minutes for 8 questions, so be quick. Yes, the link is up on top, man. Come on, let's have some players. Right. So we have 16 players already? Yeah. Who is? Okay. So you guys have very funny name. Okay, Đảng Việt Nam. All right. Question marks, a lot of question marks. Titan. Đỗ Hoàng Minh. Alright, so okay, Đặng Ngô Real again. Very good. Cute. Very cute, yes. Okay. So, trong khi mà các bạn đang vào thì thầy sẽ nói qua cái lớp mà live class mà mình đang học nhá. Thì cái giờ nghỉ giải lao giữa các buổi học ấy, cái giờ nghỉ giải lao của cô Khánh Hạ hay là thầy Hoàng mà cô dạy văn vào từ 8 giờ ấy, thì cái người nghỉ giải lao 15 phút giải lao á, chúng ta sẽ có học live theo chương trình qua Zoom ấy, và mình sẽ có tất cả các thầy cô ở đây, xong đấy các con có thể vào hỏi và tương tác trực tiếp với các thầy cô qua Zoom. Nếu mà các con tham gia cái lớp live class này, cái lớp này nó sẽ chỉ vào cái giờ giải lao thôi, tức là nó sẽ chỉ vào từ 8:15 cho đến 8:30 đối với môn văn, và đối với môn toán thì là tức là đăng ký học live ấy thì con sẽ được học trực tiếp với thầy cô đó, và sẽ học vào giờ đấy, giờ toán và giờ văn như vậy. Nếu mà con có câu hỏi gì là con hỏi thẳng thầy cô luôn, mà học qua Zoom như thế rất là tiện. Okay, so we have 25 students now. I think we can start the game. I will repeat my requirements. The first one is that you are going to have 8 questions. The second one is that we are going to do this in 4 minutes. I'm going to count the clock here. So, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. Hãy nhớ là thầy sẽ end trò chơi trong khoảng 4 phút nha, để không bạn nào làm lại bài nó sẽ không fair, đúng không? Wow. Very good, everyone. Oh. Các bạn đang dẫn đầu này. KM is taking the lead, followed by Huito. All right. Đặng Châu, good job. KM is doing great. Remember, 4 minutes. Nhớ là phải 4 phút. Thì 4 phút thì thầy mới đóng nhá. Nếu bạn nào làm xong sớm hơn thì cũng phải bình tĩnh để đợi các bạn khác làm xong nữa. Very good. Okay. Mọi người làm rất nhanh. Right, just only 2 minutes in and you guys already finish it. Mới được có 2 phút mà đã làm gần xong rồi. Very good. Okay, let's see. KM still leading. Ngô followed by Ngô, yeah. And Khôi. And then we. Somebody, no names. Alright guys. Hãy nhớ nhá, những cái pronunciation là t thì sẽ có âm cuối là TKP SCH, đúng không? Những cái âm phát âm là it thì sẽ là T và D, wanted, needed. Những cái âm là D thì sẽ là những âm còn lại. Alright. Okay. Good job everyone. Mọi người vẫn còn 1 phút rưỡi nữa. Okay. Hôm nay không sáng được. It's okay. Câu hỏi kiểu he. Alright. So, Quizzy. I think you guys all finished the game. Okay, I'm gonna end the game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is KM. Congratulations. The third position, the second one, Huito, very good job. And KM, who's KM? Who's KM? All right. Yes, very quickly. I told you from the beginning that we only have 3 to 4 minutes to play this game because we only have 8 questions. It's gonna be quick. Yes, very quickly. Next time, if you want to have a longer quizzes, you need to finish the lesson sooner. Ok, quiz hôm nay sẽ chỉ có 8 câu bởi vì là đã quá giờ rồi. Cho nên là nếu lần sau mà các con muốn có quiz dài hơn thì chúng ta phải hoàn thành bài tập nhanh hơn. Đúng không? Ok. So that is the end of today. That is the end of today's lesson. And now the next one will be continuing the Unit 8. And I'm gonna see you at Wednesday next week, okay? So, thank you. Goodbye. Have a lovely evening.